Oh boy. Finally, I've been able to acquire my very first Michter's Toasted product. And this is the 2023 Michter's Toasted Barrel Strength Rye. It is the only barrel strength toasted product that Michter's offers, and I cannot wait to get into this bottle today. Welcome back to another episode of Neat Bourbon. My name's Tanner, and today we've got the 2023 Michter's Barrel Strength Toasted Rye. Now that's not how they say it on the bottle, because that is the Michter's Barrel Strength Toasted Barrel Finished Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey. And that's a mouthful. But this is their Barrel Strength Toasted Rye. And super excited to have this bottle because I missed it in 2021. This is the very first Michter's Toasted product that I've actually been able to buy because I've only seen them for silly secondary prices. I was able to get this for $1.50, retails $1.20, and I'm really happy to have this bottle for that price, considering they're usually like $300 plus whenever you see them on secondary. But anyways, so today we've got the Toasted Rye, and then we've also got, this is the 2022 Barrel Strength Rye. So I want to go ahead and get into both of these and just do a little comparison to see, like, hey, how good is this Toasted Rye? I don't know, never had this before. Going to be doing a fresh crack, live impressions. So let's see what we got. Again, you know, new bottle. I always cut. Ooh, nice. Man. All right, so just by looking at these, I mean, look how much darker this Toasted Rye is. So Michter's takes a fully matured, their US #1 rye. So they take this rye at cask strength, then they put it into a secondary barrel that has been created out of 24-month air-dried wood to a specific toast level that Michter selects. And again, it's not charred, it is toasted. So bringing on a lot more of those, you know, marshmallowy campfire notes, hopefully to provide a sweeter profile. So let's see if we can't pick up on any of those notes here today. So just starting over here with the normal. Yeah, picking up like a burnt orange peel on this one, on the toasted. Definitely some burnt caramel there. Because that caramel butterscotch note I thought was like always very pretty prevalent on the normal barrel strength rye. Yeah. And I'm not getting like too much like overwhelming like rye notes. Like I'm definitely getting like a good amount of like rye spice, but like I'm still, the predominant flavors here are like that butterscotch sweetness. Which is like another reason why like I am a big fan of like Michter's ryes, because like you're not they usually don't dominate the profile with all those rye flavors, which can be off-putting sometimes if they're too sharp. But I think Michter's does a great job with their ryes. Man. Yeah, you can that butterscotch is just really strong. Yeah, I mean this nose is like a butterscotch covered pound cake that then you have you know, some of the like the rye spice, like the rosemary, spearmint, like mixed in there. But this is a very sweet, you're picking up a little bit of like the toasted flavors there on the nose. Like that butterscotch is more of like a burnt butterscotch, like a lightly toasted butterscotch. Like you're not getting any like the tannic qualities that you would think of that you can get sometimes in like an over toasted product. But I mean, to me, I think for a toasted nose, I think that this is like an exceptional nose. Yeah, let's go again, get into the palate. Cheers. Oh yeah. So the first thing I'm hit with right away is that toasted oak. Like it is very apparent that this is a toasted product, but it's not overwhelming with that like toasted profile. Like when I'm saying that, you're not getting like the tannic qualities. Then it kind of goes into like some of the citrus notes. So you're getting a little bit of like that lemon zest with some of like an orange peel. Like an old fashioned that you like, you'll light that orange and then you like that sort of smell there is kind of what's transferring over to the palate. And then you're getting heavy butterscotch. Like that butterscotch toffee is really heavy on the mid palate. Yeah, and then coming to the finish, you're getting more of like, it has a little peppery spice, maybe some like white pepper, black pepper there on the finish, but it's definitely a pretty spicy, rye. I mean, you're picking out some of that rye spice that is to be expected, with a bottle like this. But like comparing this to like other ryes, like the rye notes still take the back seat on this. I think you're getting a lot of like the burnt butterscotch, like that toasted oak is coming through, and then it's complemented, with some rye spice there, which I think is awesome. And you're picking up some of it has some light citrus notes in there as well. I think that this is solid. I don't think it's like the best thing that I've ever had. I'm really happy to have this. At the $150 range, I am happy to have this bottle there. I'm curious to see how this is going to get with a little bit of time. A little bit of air. I am seeing like the flavors kind of open up, like some of the palate's becoming a little more sweet. That toasted oak flavor on the front end is kind of dying down a little bit. Overall, like again, really happy to have this bottle. I think it's definitely worth it at like that $100 and like $40 and less mark. I think that's a great price to have for this, especially if you haven't had one before. But again, like if you're not a toasted person, like you don't like toasted bourbons and you don't like toasted ryes, this isn't going to change like that for you. So like definitely stay away, because like the toasted flavors are there. The toasted oak is very apparent on the palate. So like if that's an off-putting note to you, then you're probably not going to like this bottle. But I do appreciate some of those toasted, profiles, and this one isn't like overpowering with those toasted. You're not getting in any of the tannic qualities. So I think for a toasted product, I think that this does do a very good job. So in comparison to this bottle over here, they're very, very similar. I think that this bottle's not, or it's just like, since it doesn't have the toasted flavors, this one just comes across like sweeter. I get like a little bit of nut on this, which I wasn't getting over here in the toasted product. So all in all, I mean, for like around that $100, price point, I think that, the Michter's Barrel Strength Rye is a great buy. And then even over here, which I paid $150 for this. Yeah, I'm happy to have it. I'm happy to own the bottle at that price. I probably won't see it for that 120 to 130 mark here in Virginia. But anyways, hey, I hope you enjoyed this video today. Let me know in the comments down below, like, have you seen this Michter's Toasted Rye? If you have, what prices are you seeing it on in your area? And as always, this is Neat Bourbon. My name's Tanner. And pop the bottles and share the pours, and we'll see you in the next one.